Just a heads up, this video was uploaded for a very brief moment. I've now taken out some topics that may or may not have fit the guidelines I've set for this channel, and also added new ones because I think this controversy, if you want to call it that, involving Enhypen does. Of course, the guys recently made their comeback with Bite Me, but soon after, their choreography with female dancers was getting some backlash, being deemed too suggestive by a group of vocal fans. So vocal that protest trucks were sent in front of their building. Now, the reason I include this story in the video is because there seems to have been a responsive action toward the uproar. It looks like just in case any of these angry fans were in the crowd during their M Countdown taping, the guys first recorded the ending shot without the dancers. Someone who claimed to be there said fans were then hastily asked to leave because apparently they took another version of it, this time with the dancers, despite the quote-unquote backlash. So while the thumbnail doesn't show the girls, the actual video still does. The company is definitely sticking to their guns about the choreography and not giving in, while seemingly also making sure the dancers are safe from this group of angry protesters. Kind of fits the Bite Me song title, to be honest, but SM also got a big response this week, dropping a huge announcement video detailing their near future plans regarding the final NCT unit, NCT Japan, and their next girl group. And I'm sure we'll talk about those things more as they approach, but for this video, we're gonna talk more about their upcoming boy group because it ties into probably the biggest news that they dropped. Sungchan and Shotaro will be leaving NCT to re-debut in that upcoming boy group later this year. The guys first joined NCT back in 2020. Shotaro posted a handwritten letter thanking fans and said he will be back very soon. And Yuta responded to the letter saying, "I have so much I want to say, but you'll be just fine." Of course, Yuta and Shotaro were quite close, being the two Japanese members of the NCT family. However, that wasn't the only headline NCT was somehow attached to recently. The police have reportedly revealed that they've handed over a case to prosecutors involving someone who was a bodyguard for NCT Dream back in February, who seemingly pushed a female fan so hard into a wall that she apparently suffered a rib fracture. A video of the incident has now surfaced online, many people thinking that while the bodyguard should protect the guys, she didn't seem aggressive or even that close to warrant that much force. At least in the short clip, it's a little hard to tell. The woman needed 5 weeks of hospital treatment and sued the bodyguard for assault, which again police have now handed to prosecution. Vogue Taiwan also took down a controversial clip, this one involving IU. You guys have probably seen a lot of photos and stuff from Gucci's recent cruise fashion show. A lot of celebrities were there. ITZY's Ryujin, aespa's Winter hanging out with NewJeans' Hani, IVE's Lisa, Younghoon and Juyeon from The Boys. Well, a video posted showing a Taiwanese influencer's interaction with IU has garnered a lot of backlash. Molly seemed to have grabbed IU's wrist while she was greeting the cameras. IU's security is seen stepping in, to which Molly then let go of her. People think IU seemed a bit uncomfortable during their exchange, and maybe even hinted for her bodyguard to step in. Other examples of this behavior from Molly in the past were pointed out, like with actor Jung Hae-in from a Louis Vuitton event from earlier this year. Well, Molly has now come out with an apology saying with the help of friends who could translate, she apologized to IU and sent IU's company an apology in multiple languages. She says her actions were not appropriate, she should have been more careful, that she brought this controversy upon herself and shouldn't touch people she doesn't know. A quick update to another apology to an idol. Back in March, EXO Sehun furiously responded to rumors that he had a secret girlfriend who was pregnant because someone thought they saw the two at an OBGYN clinic. Well, now the outlet Wikitree has issued an apology for releasing an article about it because the information turned out to be false. Let's end the serious portion of this video on a very weird one. A lot of you guys know and maybe even follow GOT7 Mark's dad, Mr. Raymond Tuan. Well, a lot of fans recently found that they were now somehow following Andrew Tate. Now, I don't really want to spend this video explaining who Andrew Tate is. Controversial figure, banned from Twitter, among many other things. Well, when looking through this account and the posts from it, fans realized this was now Mark's dad's account that had now been hacked. Mark's sister Grace came out confirming that their dad's account had been hacked and warned fans not to engage with it as they're trying to get it back. Sungchan and Shotaro leaving NCT, Mark's dad getting hacked by someone claiming to be Andrew Tate, and IU getting grabbed by an influencer. We need positive things in the K-pop world. to celebrate. Thankfully, former NMIXX member JINI, with one N now, is here to give us that good news with her first public appearance since leaving JYP Entertainment back in December. It was at a recent fashion event for Levi's, and this probably brings us one step closer to her solo debut. By the way, I'm still giving away 4 general admission tickets to Tribe's US tour alongside Leo Presents. Again, just comment your favorite song or bias, screenshot that, and DM that to me on Instagram so that I have a secure way to reach out to winners. You can also comment about the unique merch that everyone seems super excited for. We've had huge comebacks and debuts since the last video. Hype's Boy Next Door debut, Kim Doa, who was on Produce 48 and Girls Planet, the solo debut of Monsta X's Jooheon, and of course comebacks of KARD, Finally, Secret Number, Dreamcatcher, and of course Enhypen. We mentioned I-DLE's comeback in the last video, who are now million sellers in the sense that their newest album has sold over 1 million copies, and they did it in less than a week. Also congrats to aespa, who have become the fastest girl group to be double million sellers, as their newest album has surpassed 2 million sales already. And I mean, you can probably predict a section in here about 50-50 by now, because not only are they now the longest charting girl group on the UK singles chart and the Hot 100, they've now broken Blackpink's record for most monthly listeners of any K-pop girl group on Spotify. I mean, even BTS's Jungkook is willing to risk another noise complaint for it. Now, the next one isn't a historic milestone like we usually try to filter by, but I think it's super interesting and kind of significant for other groups who will go down the same path. It's now been reported that IKON's first album since leaving YG has nearly doubled in first week sales compared to their own record that was set when they were in YG. I'm still so happy they decided to stick together, and hey, credit where it's due to YG, who allowed them to keep the IKON name. It seems like these guys will always be together. If one falls, they all fall, literally.